Hey, Rosebud.
How are you?
I am good, and welcome back to Do We Have To, a marriage podcast, a show where we love each other, laugh at ourselves, and attempt to be functioning adults most of the time. Today's episode is our wonderful Thanksgiving special, and
Yes,
we're going to talk about being grateful and thankful and showing gratitude, and obviously not like a cheesy trying to get clicks or influencer type of way, but actually like how it actually benefits you, benefits your family relationship, and how it can give you a boost mentally health wise, like how it can strengthen your relationship kind of way. And honestly, we could all use a little bit of that.
Yeah.
So grab a snack, Do We Have to crew, stick around and enjoy our upcoming show. And this is a not actual Family Studios production. And I am your host, Sean.
I'm Emily.
And our executive producer is Colin Schmedium Maskell. Yeah. And we're coming to you from the wonderful city of Kansas City the night before Thanksgiving.
Yeah. Which is known as, what is it? Blackout Wednesday?
Is that what it's called?
I think so.
You know, it's so funny because we used to have a tradition where we did that with our chosen family. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And it's so funny because we got old.
Yeah. And like we have to cook.
There's
now.
And it's not even that. It's like there's no desire to do. Do you want to go out and do shots at 11 o'clock at night?
Oh my God, no.
That when we were getting the kids down and Maeve's laying in bed watching the second Spider-Verse movie, I was like, that actually sounds really nice. I want to do that.
Yeah.
And we're like, we got to go record though.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, I mean, hopefully to everybody in the Do We Have To crew, they're having a wonderful holiday week. Hopefully everybody's winding down in work and they're getting to enjoy and spend time with their family. And we're going to talk about how, even though it seems like it's like smacks you right in the face this time of year that you're supposed to be thankful for things. I don't think we do a very good job of that as human beings. I know I don't. I've been mad at you all evening, and I probably need to be appreciative of all the things that you do. For me and for yourself and for our family, as opposed to being caught up on petty things. And, I think it's something that could be useful for everybody. And we have the research and backing that shows what being thankful and having gratitude for things is. And it's not something we should just do on Thanksgiving, but every day.
Yeah. Like I've tried to do gratitude journals and stuff like that before, but I've not been very successful. I think I overcomplicate it, but the research that you did was pretty spot on. I thought
I didn't do a whole lot of AI.
Well, mostly. I mean, it's just, I never really thought about like the whole picture about like what being grateful for things really does, like for your whole well-being.
Sure. Well, and again, it's one of those things I feel like we all know it.
Yeah.
It's just unfortunately something that we don't, it takes work. And so we just don't tend to do that as human things that are hard or that require effort. We tend to not consistently do very well.
Yeah. Or you think you're more grateful than you really are.
When you mentioned the gratitude journal, I think a lot of that stuff's bullshit. It's just, and it's not because it can't be useful. I mean, I think you could get use out of it. Mm-hmm. It's just one of those things. It's having the discipline of being mindful that when I'm getting upset with you about something, to think outside of that and say, you know what? For example, hey, you know what? This is a marriage podcast, and you and I, our goal is to show the good, the bad, and the ugly, so hopefully other people can appreciate it. Mm-hmm. And maybe it helps. Number one, hopefully they don't feel alone when they're going through what they're going through. But then also they can see what we're doing and say, okay, well, I don't want to get into that. So here's where Sean and Emily, they kind of got out of it. Okay, well, I'm going to start there. You know what I mean? So for example, the other night, I think you and Tegan were having a conversation, our daughter, and it was over the music, right? Mm-hmm. The Siri. Mm-hmm. Or Apple Pod or whatever. And you've been putting so much time and effort into, the counseling stuff and all the doctor stuff that we're going through with Tegan and supporting her. And instead of me being mindful of that, I saw that we were kind of maybe going into a meltdown situation. and got immediately upset with you that we didn't like take a second to talk about it, and you were kind of doing your thing, which you've been, I mean, God, you've been doing hours and hours of like learning things from a parenting perspective of working with children with ADHD and things that we've been dealing with. And instead of me taking the time to be not only grateful for it because it allows me to do my job and take care of you guys, but be appreciative of the fact that you care enough about our family and our children that you're willing to do all of that work, I decided to motherfuck you about it and was frustrated. Like, oh, what's not what we need, right? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think it's just a perfect example of like just reacting on emotion, not thinking about all the things that your partner does, and then reacting to that and then making a decision, which I think I was an asshole.
No.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's just,
I mean,
you looked at it as like I was picking a fight, which, I mean.
But we have to battle, and that's the point,
I was going to say,
right?
there's certain things that I won't fight on, and then you're like, why won't you pick a fight on that? And it's like, well, because I've already fought this, this, and this, and this. And then it's like, there's no rhyme or reason to the things that I do battle and then don't battle. Like, it doesn't logically make sense from the outside looking in. And then from the inside looking out, like, it's really hard to explain it.
Yep. I did a poor job of that as a husband that evening. And so that's what I'm saying. It's a good example. And the other thing, I'm not shitting on myself or anything. It's just it's a reality. There's good things I do every day. There's bad things I do every day. And I think that the point is, and what the whole point of this episode is that if we're being grateful and we're being thankful of the things that our partners do bring to the table, it makes it, number one, more clear what the perspectives are and what the motivations are behind probably most of what they're doing. But at the same time, I think it makes it more difficult to shit on him.
I mean, I don't think you did.
If I would have thought
wrong.
that through, I did.
No,
were you
it's
there?
Just a different perspective.
I got on you about it. I mean, I feel like you're being nice to me. I do. I really.
I just
feel like
didn't
you're
think
being
it was
nice
that big of a deal.
Right, and I made it a big deal. That's my point.
No, I mean, like, what your reaction? Like, I just don't think
It's because you've been dealing with me for 13 years. I guarantee if there's somebody like just a random Dewey Have To crew member sitting back, like, oh, I wonder what Sean and Emily like when we're not recording. They'd have been like, man, he's being a fucking asshole about this. I guarantee you. And I am self-aware enough to know when I'm overreacting about something and then can, do what I need to do to make amends for it. But if you're grateful and you're thankful for what your partner brings to the table and what they're trying to do and what the things they do every day, and then just trying to be a human being dealing with this fucked world the way it is, I probably don't have to be self-aware that I'm being an asshole and then make amends, because I would stop myself from reacting in certain ways that I do at times.
Yeah,
That's
I just think
point.
you're being too hard on yourself.
Yeah, maybe so. And not only are we going to be talking about being thankful, guys, and giving you life examples of how a husband can make mistakes, or married couples and the things they get into. We're also going to be talking about 90s nostalgia once again.
Yeah.
We're going to get deep. Thanksgiving special edition.
Yeah.
And then, of course, we're going to actually just talk about the specifics. What did we learn about what being thankful does? Just meaning recognizing and taking the time on a daily basis to say, hey, it's another day. I'm okay. Whatever your health situation is, whatever your situation is being grateful that you're there. What does that do for you? Right. And hopefully gives you a little bit of perspective and keeps you going forward. Because these holiday times are great. It's a wonderful time to be around family, but it can all be fucking taxing.
It really can.
Yeah.
I don't think people realize how emotionally draining some of the holiday season really is, or can be, and like how many triggers there can come from this season.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I mean, we were just dealing with one.
Yeah.
I mean,
I wasn't expecting
Did you
that
expect that at all?
I really didn't.
Oh, my God. So do we have to, crew? Emily and I, we just had a conversation with our 6-year-old about
Death.
So she
Like
apparently
literally
apparently
now.
the switch flipped, and tonight while she was watching Spider-Verse,
And getting
and she
ready for
realized
bed.
that I was going to die eventually, and she did not want that to happen. So
Yeah.
I was taking a shower, and I got out of the shower, and I got dressed, and then I came in the room, and she's laying there, and she's writing something. And we were doing our normal joking around banter, which I'm giving her a hard time, and all of a sudden she started crying. I was like, "What's wrong, girly?" And she goes, "I just don't want you to die." And I was, "What?
Yeah.
What are you do with that? And I was like, well, honey,
But she was right. We all do,
it
she
was
says.
horrific. What do you say?
And then she said that she was going to be all alone because she's going to be the last one alive because she's the youngest.
She thought she was going to be by herself.
So she's going to be the last one to go. And I was like, oh my God.
It's a lot of reality just shoved in our faces.
Like,
I just want to record the podcast and get you guys to bed so we can get up in the morning. You guys can have snack-ons and homemades.
Yeah, like we've already started cooking. Like,
I just fell for it. It sucks. Like I said, I think we talked about it in the last episode. Yeah, and you guys can see our archive, youtube.com/I2 After Marriage podcast or any marriage or any major podcast app, or you can go to our archive at dowehavето.com. I was talking about since I was very young, I was very self-aware. And so I see, I'm going to be thankful. It's done a lot for me and I'm very appreciative of it. I didn't really want that for any of our kids. So I'm kind of concerned that that's where we're going down the road with her. It seems really young, doesn't it? Like where she's just like...
I don't think any of our other kids have had that thought of...
finality and just
they figured it out and they've known about it, but like
not where it's like that was
depressing.
That was. And then the note she wrote on her little notebook,
that was
you're the best
sweetest
dad ever
thing,
and I love you. It was like, you're fucking dying though, so it's not great.
Or maybe it just hits harder because she's our last one.
What, for me and you? Hits harder? Oh, maybe. I just don't remember having maybe it's just like, maybe it's being a parent. And guys, tell us, dowehavето.com. Maybe like, you get to that third, we were on our third, right? And we're not having any more kids, but we're having our third, maybe adopt one, maybe one day.
Yeah.
Had our third, I guess I get amnesia about how it was when the others were at the age they were at, but I don't remember having a conversation with Tegan or Seamus like that.
I mean, I do.
You do? Okay. Then
I
there you
do.
go. That's convenient memory for me then.
But
that
like,
was fucking...
It wasn't...
tragic upstairs that just happened.
It wasn't as like...
I didn't even think we were going to record when we started having that conversation.
They didn't tie it to themselves. It was more like, well, if you go and then daddy goes, then like grandma and grandpa and like all of these other people. But it was never tied back to them in the way that Maeve tied it back to herself.
Yeah, the mortality just being shoved in your face.
Like where she realized that like even her brother and sister were going to go. The other two they never figured that out in that way or at the same time.
And it was so fucked because she was like, well, I'm going to be the last one standing. I was like, well, you just never know. Something could happen to you.
You can't say that.
I would never say that.
No,
I know. It's just fucked that that's what went through my mind. I was like, oh, the youngest sibling that can die before the oldest one. Thank God that was just unfortunately an intrusive thought that went through my head.
Yeah, it didn't win.
Oh yeah, obviously I would never say that, but I'm just saying that was immediately what happened. I was like, well, my mom died at 46 of cancer. I mean, you know what I mean?
Yeah, my sister died at 26.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? So, but I felt for her. It's really, it's kind of fucked both of us up. I can tell because we're just like, I know.
Yeah, I'm off my mojo.
Wasn't that fucked? Well, no, you're not off your mojo. This is good because people need to, just people deal with this shit every day. And married couples. And then you have to be a married couple at the end of the day and kind of come together and figure out how you navigate these waters. And it's life's a motherfucker sometimes. But again, that's the whole point of this, right? Even with all of that, I'm just thankful we have a daughter. We weren't even planning on having a third. And now we're having a conversation with her and she's a great human being. And like, we have the opportunity to take something like that's to her, what she perceives to be a negative and eventually turn that into a positive. And one day, hopefully she's going to be having the same conversation with her kids or her dogs and, or cats. And, she'll be able to walk them through that.
Because like I reminded her, like the best part about our family is that we believe in God and we believe in heaven. And so we're going to be together again and we'll always be with each other. It's
just so funny because you did great. And it was so funny because like you weren't up there when I was having the conversation for it. And it was just like, for me, it was very scientific in the sense, like not because I'm not a, Catholic obviously, but like for me, it was like, well, I don't know, so I'm not going to sit there and be like, hey, you got a ticket at the end of this and we're going to all be together. I don't know that. It's my faith is not the same thing as like I'm not going to guarantee that for her. So I'm just like, now, hey, we got to focus on spending as much time as we can together and being appreciative of each other and not getting caught up in petty things and just love each other, right? You know what I mean? So it's so fun. It was actually the perfect balance to what I had said. I think personally.
Well, like I've told the older kids that part of my job of being their parent is to make sure they get back to God. Like he gave them to me, so my job is to make sure they get home
over and over and over again.
Okay.
I understand where you come from, and I think it was really cool to listen to you have that conversation with her. And honestly, what I said to her wasn't comforting at all. I think for her it almost maybe put pressure on her. I don't know, but it was just more of one of those things of like, yeah, this is a reality. And because at first she was like, well, I don't want you to go anywhere. Like, we don't have that choice, honey. I'm so sorry. And I hate
we really don't,
having to break that to you. Yeah.
If it ever were to happen, I know where I'm going. Sure. So.
Yeah. Going to Uncle Colin's house. I'm going to haunt the fuck out of him. You know what? That is only one thing. I'm not a big fan of ghosts. But if I could become a ghost if I die, I will go and fuck with Colin until he dies. And then
he's gonna know that it's
follow
you.
Him around after he dies. Then I'll hook up with you and the kids.
Okay.
So, hey, let's talk about something a little lighter. Now, hey, here's the thing though, right? This is part of the deal. Part of being married. I think we've all been there. And I think any married couple, or don't have to be married, but you get there, you hit some of those, not necessarily dark days, but just sobering days. Yeah. And that's this one. I just wanted to make all I wanted to do is make the green bean casserole and just have a couple Modelo's and listen to some 90s music, but
which we did.
And speaking of the 90s, we're going to get into our wonderful 90s nostalgia that we come with every week. Emily and I are babies of the 80s. We're children of the 90s. We have done it all. We have seen it all. We've eaten Dunkaroos. We have drank Surge. We have watched Party of Five.
No.
I have watched Party of Five. Emily's played with Pogs. Collected Beanie Babies.
I did.
We have lived it, loved it, and we miss it.
Yeah.
And we have kind of focused on the week of November 23rd through the 29th, which, of course, the majority of the 90s. That's obviously Thanksgiving. Mm-hmm. And let's talk about things that are happening on this. Let's first talk about movies that were coming out during November.
Yeah.
It's a wonderful list. Fucking fantastic. But of course, this is always just a great time of year when it comes to movies. You actually today went and saw the new Wicked movie with the girls.
I did.
And Gigi.
It was amazing.
And you guys had a blast. You know, I caught your mom in the road because she was leaving the house. And she said you and her cried for 3/4 of the movie.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's weird because that's usually me.
I know. I don't normally cry.
When we do movies, I usually get choked up.
Yeah.
Not you. So I was glad that you enjoyed the movie the way you did. And Seamus and I went and saw, now I know everybody knows that Seamus is little. I mean, he's not little, but he's not like he's a functioning adult. But we did go and see Sisu, Road to Revenge. And I'm going to be honest, it was fantastic. Gave me everything I wanted for a Thanksgiving movie. Lots of killing, lots of blood, in a very fun, family-oriented way.
I don't think that's true.
Highly recommend you take your 11-year-old to see that movie. Feel free to judge me, and I know we'll get comments
we will.
on YouTube for that. But let's talk about the movies that were out there in this time. Home Alone, 1990, came out around the Thanksgiving time. Fucking fantastic movie.
Yeah.
Although, again, we're just talking about our child being traumatized. There's no way you're not getting a large amount of couch time from the story arc situation that they're in.
Do you like Home Alone 1, 2, or 3?
First off, you don't ever bring up 3 in front of me. There's only 2 Home Alone movies.
There's not. There's a third.
There's 5 now, but the third one has nothing to do with Kevin McAllister.
Oh, I don't know that I've seen the third. But I don't like the second one as much as I like the first one.
You don't like the one where he's in New York?
No.
I like Tim Curry, but I have a soft spot for him. I loved him when he was the It Clown in the early 90s. He was the devil in, what's that, Legend movie with Tom Cruise. The dude, and Rocky Horror Picture Show. The motherfucker can do anything.
No.
No?
No.
Yeah, but I know Home Alone, first one. This is a classic. Plus, like, I love that this is the best part. Like, being a millennial kid, him being left alone and having to fend for himself, and like all the shit that he was dealing with, his uncle being an asshole, screaming at him in front of everybody, and his brother being a bully. We were just like, yeah, that's life.
Sounds about right. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's the best part of the movie. Everybody just accepts everything that's happening in that film. Kids nowadays watch it. I can't wait till our kids are like teenagers and watch that fucking movie, because I want them to. I like what the fuck. Listen, we know nothing. They've seen it as children. I want them to see it as like where they think they're adults and they're just like, well, fucking, I can't even. You think they could function like what we grew up with, where like we were talking about the other day to them about just going outside and not like just going outside and going around a neighborhood. Now, I know you didn't live that life as much as I did, but like,
I mean, we went to this, like, we lived on top of the hill.
Yeah.
So we would go down to one end of the road and then back down the other. But we lived like the crossroad was kind of busy. So like you couldn't really.
No, I get it. But you were able to run around your neighborhood and stuff. And like,
yeah,
like they don't understand that at all. And like these kids, there was literally a video I saw the other day, and maybe you sent it to me. Because, you know, that's a lot of the way we text to each other, communicate to each other. Is just like Instagram and TikTok.
Is the hose not available?
Yeah. When he's like, when this kid is like, I don't understand why people are drinking out of their hose. Was there sink? You can
was the
water
sink
from
not
your
available?
Sink? No, motherfucker, we weren't allowed to come inside.
No.
Yeah, you've lived a fucking cushy motherfucking life, and I wouldn't want this life personally. Like the way it is with kids. I mean, I'm doing the best I can for our kids, and I hope they enjoy it. But like, there is something to say about the level of freedom that we had. I think. I don't know. We weren't allowed to come inside. When we weren't allowed to come inside, it was just an expectation we were going to go out and run around and play for the day. Yeah. And then before it got dark, you're supposed to come back. That's it. It's pretty fucking simple. I don't know why people don't have I don't understand the difficulty in understanding that. These kids are fucking soft these days. They wouldn't last 5 fucking seconds outside. Red Rover, come over. Psh, ain't doing shit. Right?
Yeah.
So Home Alone, Addams Family was one of the top box office movies during 1991. Aladdin and Home Alone 2. Aladdin, by the way, was the first movie I ever saw by my, again, listen to this one. 9 years old. Mom and Dad, they went to the same theater, but they went and saw an adult movie. They let me go see Aladdin by myself.
What?
Yeah.
How did I not know that? I knew that was like
Papa Ron. Yeah. Papa Ron, yeah. They went and saw a movie, and I was like 2 theaters over, but I went and sat and watched Aladdin by myself.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and it's not bad. I'm just saying it's like,
no,
but you know
like,
what I mean? But like, can you imagine fucking today? They'd probably be fucking calling Division of Family Services and shit on somebody for that. You know what I mean? There's just, hey, family's out. They're going to see a movie. The kid wants to see a different movie. Let them go see the other movie.
They'd be calling Miss Doubtfire.
No shit, right? Oh, speaking of Miss Doubtfire, next.
I know,
good
that's
job.
right. Yeah.
That was good shit.
I did that.
Good job. 1993, Miss Doubtfire. Great movie. Mm-hmm. And, you know, brought to the light cross-dressing and how to save a marriage, or not even save a marriage, save a family and spend time with your kids. And all you have to do is dress like a woman and be a nanny. Simple.
Hello, dear.
Hello. Santa Claus, 1994. That's actually the first movie I saw when we moved here to Missouri. Mm-hmm. And again, Dad, we were over in Leavenworth, and Dad let me go and see the movie by myself. And you know what I did? It's so funny. And I don't think I've ever told Dad this. I got halfway through the movie, and I liked it. It's just, but like, and I think it's because I was exposed to a lot of adult movies by that point in time. I walked over to the theater. I knew Dumb and Dumber was being played, so I started watching Dumb and Dumber and watched that.
Oh my God.
I was at the Leavenworth Theater over by the mall in Leavenworth, Kansas.
Yeah. On base?
Yeah. No, not on base, actually. It was kind of like away from base, like in the actual town. Shout out Leavenworth. But yeah, no, it wasn't on base. But Toy Story, 1995, which we talked about that in last week's episode.
All of these movies make me feel so old.
The Marriage Podcast. I know. And they're all 30 years old. That's why. Space Jam, 101 Dalmatians. Space Jam. Everybody get up. It's time to slam now. We got a real jam going down. Welcome to the Space Jam. It's your chance. Do your dance at the Space Jam. All right. The fact that we know that song backwards and forwards just says what it needs to say. Plus, fucking Michael Jordan, the GOAT. Only Michael Jordan could win 6 NBA championships, never lose an NBA final. How many times he was MVP, defensive MVP of the year, and then did a banger fucking movie that also guest starred Bill Murray at the end of it.
And Bugs Bunny.
Well, I mean, they were fine. They were Michael. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
Flubber, Alien
you
Resurrection.
forgot about 101 Dalmatians.
I said 101 Dalmatians.
Oh, sorry, my bad.
I hate that movie. Am I fucked? Am I an asshole for saying that? I just never fucked with that movie.
But I like that they
It's depressing.
got free and they got.
And then the couple meet and they have the 2 dogs and then she takes all of their children. It's a really fucked up movie.
She doesn't get to keep any of
I know,
them.
she
They all
had
get
was
saved.
temporarily kidnapped. I don't know. I never got into it. I did like the Cruella de Vil character. And I
think
still
she's
haven't
one of
seen
the most
Cruella
evil.
yet. The origin story with
No,
Emma
Emma
Stone.
Stone. Yeah, no, I haven't seen that either.
it's
I
got
think
some
we
Harley
should.
Quinn vibes to it. And I actually I want to watch that. But I just did not get into the animated one. I mean, I watched it. I just wasn't a fan.
A Bug's Life.
Bug's Life. Yeah, that was a good one. Again, not really seen that. Alien, you skipped over Alien Resurrection. I want to talk to you about that for a minute. Sigourney Weaver. No? Winona Ryder.
No.
It's good stuff. You would hate that movie so much. You would hate that so hard, but it was fantastic. Rugrats movie. Oh, God.
Never
Depressing. You never saw a Rugrats movie?
I never watched Rugrats.
Really? Why?
Their voices are annoying.
Oh, they had such a great movie soundtrack, though.
It's just like The Simpsons. I can't fucking stand that show.
And Maya, Mace, they had a really take me there. Wanna go? Oh, really? You didn't like that show at all?
No.
You really didn't like Rugrats?
No.
Okay. Why though? You said their voices were annoying?
Yeah.
Okay, we've never talked about Rugrats, but I always watched that on right before Snick. No. But you didn't have cable though. So are you sure it's just that? Maybe you were just jealous because you didn't have cable and you just wanted to shit on all these different TV shows.
No, I'm pretty sure their voices are just really annoying.
I'm trying to remember their voice. But I guess they were like babyish voices. So yeah, I guess
Screechy,
I don't like
whiny
it when our
crap.
kids make baby voices now. So I guess, yeah, that's fair. What else we got? We got Toy Story 2. Wow, they like that. Let's talk about music.
Okay.
Whitney, number 1 billboards at the time during this period of time, during the weeks throughout the 90s. Early 90s, Whitney Houston, Mariah Carey. Middle, late 90s, we're talking about Lauryn Hill, which, by the way, we were listening to Lauryn Hill. God damn.
were.
Emily and I were getting stuff prepped up for Thanksgiving, and we were listening to the Miseducation of Lauryn Hill album. Part of her album is on our family playlist that we created, and that doo-wop song is so fucking good. It's just timeless. Boys to Men. You know, Maeve and I actually danced to a song for Mama by Boys to Men tonight, which was wonderful. Maybe I triggered her self-awareness, unfortunately, by doing that.
So this was your fault.
It probably was. And Boys to Men. Shout out Boys to Men, but you kind of fucked my daughter up. Tony Braxton, Santana featuring Rob Thomas. How about just fucking Matchbox 20? Why would we do Rob Thomas or Santana featuring Rob? It was one song. How
It was
about
one
Matchbox
song,
20?
but it wasn't
It was
Matchbox
a
20.
banger song. No, yeah, it was Santana and Rob Thomas was the lead singer of Matchbox 20. I'm sure there was a Matchbox 20 song though that was popular during that time. Matchbox 20 is dope. From a pop culture perspective, you got during this time Zelda: Ocarina of Time released. That's one of Uncle Connor's favorite games.
Oh, it's a video game?
It's a Zelda game. Like that Zelda: The Breath of the Wild we have for the Switch, which we constantly keep saying we're going to play. Not you necessarily, but that one where I have that big book with like the map and all that stuff, and it's like an open world kind of thing. And I've explained to you Zelda's
Never
dope.
looked in that book. So.
Zelda's been around since you and me were little. It was a Nintendo. They even had a cartoon show about it, but it's basically Link is this elven warrior that is protecting Zelda, who's a princess, and there's Ganon's the bad guy, which is the evil pig thing.
What?
Anyway, long story short, this game specifically, like, there's these gigantic things holding up a moon that's going to crash into the world, and you've got like 3 days to stop it from happening.
And you're an elf?
Well, you're. I mean, I don't know if you're. I don't want to say elf, but you're Link, which is he's like a little warrior, but he has like elf ears. Do we have to crew? Let us know if there's any Zelda experts out there. If you want to go ahead and give Emily the story arc or the origin of what Link is, and
if you could make it sound
that'd be great.
Interesting.
They're going to make a movie, by the way. And don't worry, we have the one season of the cartoon show on DVD as well as we have it on Apple TV. Shout out Apple. So anytime you want to watch that. Yeah, the Zelda cartoon show. It's dope as hell. Okay, I don't know what to tell you. Donkey Kong 64. Awesome. Donkey Kong. Come on, you know Donkey Kong.
That's the monkey in
You're going to say
Super Mario,
right? Yep. Chris Pratt movie. The Chris Pratt movie where he's Mario, yeah. It's Seth Rogen is, I think, the donkey in the movie.
I was saying Super Mario, no?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. The Super Mario movie, remember? He's in the... You just said Super Mario. I'm saying Super Mario movie. Which the animated one that was just out, the Seamus Loves. Yeah,
with Luigi and whatever. Yeah.
Charlie Day's Luigi. Yes, I'm agreeing with you. I'm telling you that I'm pretty sure Seth Rogen voiced him.
Oh,
in the movie. Why are you having such a hard time following?
Because I thought you were. I don't know. Anyway.
Anyway, they did have some dope ass games of Donkey Kong, like Donkey Kong Country, I think was the name of the games, and they were for Super Nintendo. I absolutely loved them. I don't think I played Donkey Kong 64 though. So I'm not sure, but TV shows going on during this time, during these weeks in the 90s, Family Matters, Sabrina, Boys Meet World.
We have seen all of those. TGIF was actually kind of a big deal in our house. So
that was one thing you guys, but I thought you didn't have cable. But
it was on ABC.
Oh, and everybody gets that.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that was a Friday night thing.
What was your favorite? Like, for your family, what was your favorite show you watched during the 90s? Like, when you guys got together and like everybody seemed like they equally enjoyed getting together and watching that show when you guys were kids?
I don't know.
Good answer. I love it. Thought-provoking and intriguing.
I mean, I really don't know that we all like actually sat down like as a family.
You just said that. You literally just said that.
Well, I mean, like me and my sisters would sit down and watch it, and like I think my mom was there, but if my dad was home, he was doing something else or watching something else.
Like, I misunderstood what
I
you're
don't
saying.
think that it was really like,
hey,
all five of us sat down and watched.
What was your favorite show then back then? That's probably a better question.
Well, it doesn't age well, but I really liked The Cosby Show.
Why does it not age well?
Because
he's not drugging and raping people on the show.
No, but I mean, I really did enjoy The Cosby Show.
No, I know. And it's a good show. Here's the thing. Why? It's not like we,
and I did like
were watching it, knew
World.
He was doing that at the fucking time. He's not even in jail now, so I don't even know what everybody was doing.
Family Matters was underrated.
Oh, God. Family Matters was fucking dope.
It's midnight, you guys.
I love that. It's midnight right now? It's Thanksgiving?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I can't believe it's that late. We were cooking for forever, huh?
We really were.
It takes a long time to make a good glaze.
Yeah.
Secret to a good glaze, do we have to crew? Cherry Pepsi.
Or cherry Coke.
And brown sugar. Yeah, we normally do cherry Coke, but yeah, cherry Pepsi.
Yeah.
But yeah, Family Matters. So your favorite show is Family Matters? And if it is, I fucking love that because I love the dad in that.
He's an underrated dad.
He was in Die Hard. He fucking killed it.
Yeah, he was an underrated like TV dad.
I don't think he was underrated at all. I thought he was one of the best.
But like most people go to like Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, like they look at
Uncle Carl, but he wasn't even his dad. I mean, I know he was like a dad figure, but it wasn't even his dad.
Yeah,
this guy was legit. Officer Winslow, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, fantastic. And fantastic as it is, in as much as we love to enjoy the 90s, obviously, like our daughter, understanding how life works, that comes to an end.
Sure does.
But let us know, from a 90s nostalgia perspective, guys, the things we talked about, those movies. Did you guys see those movies when you were kids? What do you think of them? What's your favorite Home Alone movie? What was your favorite TV show you were watching during that time? Were there any, music hits that you guys remember from time during the Thanksgiving times when you're getting together for the holidays, whether it be Lauryn Hill or Toni Braxton or et cetera, et cetera? Let us know. Go to dowehavето.com, submit a comment or question to the show, follow us, like, share, subscribe on youtube.com/@dowehavetoa marriage podcast. And thank you for allowing us to get deep into the 90s. And as we normally do after we go to 90s nostalgia, we do our wonderful game called Let's Get Deep by Relatable. Is that that's a clock that's behind us going off, isn't it? That's your grandpa's clock, right? Mm-hmm. Emily switched it up. She took down the cow picture that reminded me of my mother, and she put the clock that, where'd Grandpa get that? Grandpa Hash.
I don't know.
You don't know? Anyway, Grandpa Hash gave that to you or to Tegan?
To Tegan.
To Tegan. And so we decided to put it down here. I love Grandpa Hash. He's the best. Miss you, Grandpa Hash. Rest in power. So thank you for that, and I hope they enjoyed. What song is that that thing was playing? Was that Hypnotized by Notorious Big?
I don't know.
But yeah, Emily and I, we play a game called Let's Get Deep. It's by a company called Buy Relatable. It's been featured on television shows such as Hulu's original Secret Lives of Mormon Wives, which just featured its 3rd season. So go get a good deep breath of that shit show. It is actually a wonderful reality TV. I highly recommend. And the way it ends this season is fucking something else.
Yeah.
One of Papa Ron's favorite shows. And we have multiple questions.
I'm only going to pull one from each category, though.
Let's just, well, I tell you what, why don't you choose the one from the icebreaker that we got? And these are all like kind of Thanksgiving related.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
A childhood Thanksgiving tradition that you loved.
Do you want me to go or you want to go?
You can go.
Snack-ons. Mom and Dad and me and Connor would always get together and we would like figure out what snack-ons we were going to do, and we'd prep them the night before. Normally go like deviled eggs, cheese crackers, shrimp. But like basically what it signified though was in the morning we'd get up and we'd watch the Macy's Day Parade. Normally we watch some sort of movie or something like that, snack on, and then get ready for the day or get ready for dinner and stuff. Because normally we were on our own, like we weren't living by any family, so we didn't normally travel. That was just normally a time where it was just us and we were together. And Thanksgiving is always near and dear to my heart because we spent a lot of like time together with us. And even today, what did you hear me saying about snack? You heard me talking about snack-ons today.
Yeah.
And that was the type of tradition that we had between my mom, dad, and my brother. And I fucking loved it. How about you?
Yeah. The Macy's Parade.
Watching it?
Like getting up. My dad would always
get up and watch it?
Mm-hmm. And then we'd have football on. But we were going from house to house. So like we were all over the place. So like
I did that when I was little.
We didn't
do that when
home
we were
in the
living
morning here. And like watching the parade with my dad. Like I do remember doing that.
That's awesome. So did you get up and get dressed, or did you go out in your PJs and watch the parade?
I mean,
did you guys do like any type of like breakfast while you watched it, or what did we?
I don't think we did breakfast because we knew
you're going to be eating a lot throughout the day. Yeah. Okay. Fair
It wasn't
enough.
like Christmas where we did like a Christmas breakfast.
Let's do a deep.
Okay.
And I'm sorry, I paused dramatically, not because I wanted to pause dramatically, it's because I was reading. How about a moment this year when your partner made you feel supported?
Just one?
Yeah, we can do one, or we can do the other question. But I feel like this is a good one for us, just because we haven't had the greatest day together. Not meaning it was been a bad day, but like I just know that we've had a lot going on, and we did have a lot of fun dancing and singing 90s music. But then we've had our moments of tension, which it's been a weird day where it's like things have been great, and then things have also been not great.
When I was going through a rough time a few months ago, and I needed really just to change my anxiety medicine. And I knew that I wasn't doing as well as I used to be doing or could have been doing. And you gave me the grace and the support to get that figured out. Like after my hysterectomy and everything, like when my hormones were just everywhere. And then like, yes, during my hysterectomy and all of that stuff, like all the scaries that came from that and before it and during it and after it, like it was just, I feel like you've been very supportive of me this year, where I don't feel like I've been very supportive of you.
I don't agree with that at all.
But
why do we do that as human beings? Like where we're saying something kind and then we got to like shit on ourselves a bit. You've been fine.
I don't know. I feel like we've been through a lot this past year, but we've also been there for each other in a way that we haven't been there before, if that makes sense.
Sure. For me, I think that, I don't know. I don't know if there's one thing to pick. I do think that you've been very supportive of me with my physical health. And then also we were really supportive about how and I feel like this could have caused tension, maybe potentially in marriages in general. When I was like, hey, by the way, Seamus basically told me he wants to, he wants to get a starting job on his football team, which is a really, really good football team and is a very great organization. Shout out Necro Raiders. And he did, he was a backup. And I was like, okay, well, that means we're going to have to work out every single day. And, when we start practice, you're going to work out before practice and we're going to lift and we're going to do all these things as an 11-year-old that most 11-year-olds aren't doing. You didn't I honestly thought you would think I was being crazy about how I approached it. Even, getting a shirt made up at the hat and the shirt that says war on it, war in the mind and all this stuff that I was doing. I thought you would kind of be, not a stick in the mud about it, but like, I thought there would be some trepidation or hesitation there. You're like, oh, I just don't understand it. And I thought you were insanely supportive about it and always made sure that kind of like blockers or things that got in the way with schedule or with our girls in their activities, that you made sure that happened. And to me, the reason why I'm bringing that up is because it led to him having success, and which I think will set him up for future things of understanding, wow, if I'm disciplined and I do these things even when I don't want to do them, there was these positive results that happened at the end of it. And I was like, if you're making a big shit fit about it or being resistant to that, we probably don't do it as much or we're not as consistent. And sure enough, today was like day 205 in a row of us working out together. Something crazy. I would never been able to do that if it wasn't for you being supportive.
Well, he had a goal. You had a goal. Why not?
It's so easy to say that, but that's not how a lot of times couples and marriages work. It's just not, if you don't understand it, the first thing you do when you don't understand something, I say this as a husband who does it, is you could shit on it or be like, I don't get it. So I'm not into it, or I'm not going to go out of my way to be supportive of it. I thought you did that. You never really questioned it. And you were just kind of like, okay, you're going to do those things. I don't quite get it, but yeah, go do it.
Yeah.
But you saw the end results though.
Yeah.
Seamus smacking the fuck out of people during the season.
Yeah.
Right?
It's pretty impressive.
It's not a bad feeling to hear a big whack sound and it's your son that's doing it. So long as he doesn't get CTE.
Right.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
How about this is I don't think there's truly actually a vulnerable section of cards, but I must have added these in. Well, you pick this one.
Something that you wish you received more appreciation for.
Do you want me to go first? Or do you want to go first? I don't think it's justified, but I will be honest about. I don't think for me, and I think it's an insecurity. I don't think it's you not giving me the appreciation. So I'll backpedal a little bit before I say this, but working and being doing the financial responsibility of the aspect. I think there's times where we're dealing with life and I feel like sometimes that's not looked at as something that's important or of a value as much. And I know that's not true. I'm just saying if I'm going to be real and answer this question, regardless whether people think about me or not, if I get sensitive about something sometime or don't feel as appreciative about it it's what I've brought to the table from a professional career perspective and how you feel about it. Because I feel like a lot of times that's just it's not entitled or expected, but I don't know. I don't know if it's just there's just times where I don't feel like it's very appreciated. But I don't mean that meanly. I'm just being raw and honest.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You support me. You were kind to me. You've supported me in my career. It's not that. It's just if I said there was an area, that would be it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I've said that. We've talked about this before. We talked about this in therapy. So there ain't anything. You know what I mean? And I'm not going to posture myself for the folks that listen to our show. I'm just it's a reality.
Yeah.
How about you?
I don't know. Sometimes I feel.
Just be honest. Just say what you feel. Because that's the thing. At the end of the day, like there's couples and folks that we've talked to that have wrote into this show that are married and dealing with the same things we are. It's okay to feel how you're feeling. Now, how you handle that and how you respond to that and how you treat your partner based on how you feel, well, that's a whole fucking different other thing. But like, it's okay to feel the way you feel. And most people feel that way. You're not alone. So go ahead. Get it.
I think it's the, it doesn't look like I do a lot being a stay-at-home mom / caregiver, but there's a lot of things going on in my brain that I have to keep in front, and like I have to file things away and I have to be the go-to for everybody, and I have to make sure that everybody else's needs are met before my own. And so I feel like sometimes the mental load of what I carry isn't it's not easily seen or reflected in what I do. And you know, when the house gets messy, it's not because I don't care. It's because like I'm mentally drained, and I do need to like go lay down for a minute and decompress, and then I'll get the dishes done or the laundry done or vacuum or start dinner or whatever else needs to be done. But until I can close some of these tabs in my brain, I can't move past it. I can't get over that because I'm waiting for the other part of whatever information I need to file away. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. Like my mental load is a lot sometimes. And
I'll take it a step further.
I don't know how to give that or share that in a way that makes sense, but
you just did. You did a great job.
I have to know everything about everyone, and
what?
Like I have to know where everyone is and everything that they need and where they're at and what is coming next. And, you know, I have to be 10 steps ahead of everybody else. And that can be a lot.
That was a lot. I will take a step further. I don't think I'm very appreciative at times of all the things, to your point, you know, that you've explained and expressed many times to me, that I have about 50 things going on in my head. So my ability to prioritize that and then specifically attack one gets difficult. You know what I mean? Whereas like I normally, I can do like a laser focus on one thing, but I can't do a bunch of things all at once or I get overwhelmed. But like, we're just different. And I don't do a very good job of being appreciative of what you bring to the table, or appreciative of the fact that, hey, I struggle with this. I've been vulnerable and honest with you about that. We've gone through the therapeutic process of talking about it. So probably shouldn't motherfuck me about it. Right. You know what I mean? So like, I get it. And that makes sense.
Yeah.
I think you do a great job.
Thank you.
Again, it's just not being appreciative of that fact. Like we could have all those same conversations we have every day, but if we just start out being appreciative together, there takes a lot of bite off the other things that happen on the day to day.
Yeah.
Which is why that's exactly what we're going to be talking about here, right?
Yeah. Is why does gratitude matter? Why
does gratitude matter, right? And what are the benefits of it? What is the importance of it? What does the research say about it, right? Mm-hmm. And let's just talk about it. Why gratitude matters, right? It allows you, and it is just interesting because we're talking about like a mental scorecard, right? And I do think we have a tendency to overly focus on, and it's okay because it's human nature, but how things affect us and how we affect other things, but not thinking about outside of that, like the ripple effect or how we affect other people, right? Mm-hmm. And being grateful of what other people are doing or being grateful of other things allows us to bring balance to the table, right?
Yeah.
The mental scorecard of like balance of, I'm thinking about somebody else or something else and being appreciative of it. I'm not just thinking about myself.
Right. I thought it was really interesting that it was noted as a skill, not a personality trait, because it's something that you actually have to work at and be active in doing, which
it requires discipline.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I think that's the thing. And so again, You know, it's so funny. I will say, I think one of the biggest things that we get comments on that aren't positive, like if we get negative comments, which is absolutely fine because we get a negative comment. I mean, I don't want this to sound bad, but we'll take in what you say, right? Mm-hmm. But you not liking something I say doesn't. I sleep just fine at night, all right. But it's one of those things where it's like when there has been negative comments, it's been like, well, that's obvious, or well, duh, or like, yeah, I know that, right? Yeah, you do know that. Yet you know exactly what to do, but you don't do it, right? And so that's kind of the thing, right? Is like reinforcing or supporting other couples, married couples, friends, relationships, individuals. That's what we're trying to do. Where we're saying, hey, let's just restate here. This is important, and this is why it's important. Yeah, we all fucking know eating healthy and exercising is good for you. Why do 95% of motherfuckers don't do it? Because it's for work. So you do have to talk about being disciplined and how that benefits. How are you disciplined? It's a skill, just like you said. You know what I mean? And that's why people talk about it. And that's why there's 10,000 asshole influencers out there that make you feel bad about yourself because you're not fucking rah about it all the time. And I'm just saying that, like, we're trying to be supportive of that. But to your point, you know what I mean? I know I'm just trying to agree with you in the sense of like, yes, absolutely. It takes work. And that's the point, is it is going to take actual specific effort and strategy and intention to get up and wake up and roll over. And you may be sore, or you may have a cold, or you may be annoyed because you didn't sleep very well because your daughter's kicking you in the head because she got in bed with you. And just be appreciative that you're getting up and you're breathing air and you have a family, or you have pets, or you have friends, whatever that may be, and be appreciative of that. It takes work.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, and also like the mental health benefits where it reduces your depression and your anxiety. It gives dopamine and serotonin boosts. Like that's really like everybody's talking about like the like scrolling and all of that, like the instant
those quick dopamine hits. Yeah.
Like, well, okay, write down 3 things that you're grateful for, and you're going to have that same dopamine kick that like everybody's chasing.
But it's not the same thing as far as like it's a what do you call it? Like almost like a synthetic response where you're seeing a screen and you're doing it. This is your actual natural body process of allowing you to say and calm and breathe and do it and allow your body to actually, in a sense, heal or lower those stress responses. That's the biggest thing. I mean, of all the things Emily and I research is like actually legitimately taking time, being mentally focused, and being appreciative of something literally lowers your cortisol levels in your body.
Yeah. So
instead of worrying about these fucking assholes on these commercials talking about your cortisol level and then trying to sell you some sort of supplement, how about you just be fucking appreciative?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like there's things we can do without having to buy something from somebody or do something. And one of them is just generally being thankful. And this is a time of year that we could all start that.
Well, and it almost like it also resets and like reboots your brain in a positive outlook for like the remainder of the day. Like it sets the intention of the day too. Yeah.
And I'll tell you what, here's a challenge for you. Do we have to, crew? Go lay down tonight in bed. And instead of fucking getting on your phone and scrolling, and I say this as somebody who that's what I do. So I'm saying that like I get it, and that's what I do. Mm-hmm. Put your phone, like do that for whatever period of time. When you start to get tired, put it away, and just lay there and just think about what you're appreciative for, what you're appreciative of that day, and tell me you don't get a little bit better night's sleep. Because hey, practice what you preach. Right? We were getting ready to do this episode. I thought about that last night. And I'm telling you, it does make a difference. I'm going to continue to do it. Maybe it's in my head. But I do think it's believable. And that's what the scientific research says, is that it allows you to relax and allows you to sleep better. And I do really think that it does. It
actually like changes your brain function. Like it will boost your prefrontal cortex. So that the part that does like the empathy and like the regulation, like mood regulation, like that's the part of it that works. And then it also activates the ventral striatum.
I love that thing.
Something, which is like your reward center. So it's like your positive, like good job kind of part of your brain.
Yeah, because it takes work to do it, right?
Is also like where that dopamine comes in. So it makes you feel good.
Yeah.
And so like when it actually changes the chemistry in your brain, that's amazing. Something so simple. It sounds so simple, but it could actually like improve your brain. They also show that like the people who are more grateful and express gratitude, they exercise more. They are
less inflammation.
Yeah. They're tended to like be more physical, and they're not as fatigued, or they don't tire out as easily during the day. And they
it's
also
probably associated with, if you are doing those things, you're probably being fairly disciplined. So if you're a fairly disciplined person, you're probably eating better. You're probably exercising more. So like these all play a part. So if you want to live that holistically more healthy lifestyle, there's a way to start getting there. And it's, you don't have to go out and run 7 miles. Maybe you start with just being appreciative for things every day.
Yeah. Like it impacts your emotional resilience, but also your physical resilience too.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. Well, from a relationship perspective, and I was thinking about this today, and it is so funny. We're doing a show about being grateful, and yet we're having a day where I'm not being grateful. And I know that we're doing a show on being grateful.
Yeah.
So I can tell everybody on this that's listening to this show, hey, you just need to be grateful, right? It's hard.
It's really not as easy as
But
that.
if you do it, here's the thing. If you're not shitting on your partner, don't be Sean tonight, right? don't shit. If you're being like kind and you're like, hey, you might not be perfect, but like, hey, you know what? I may be annoyed at this one thing, but there's like 37 different things I know that my wife does every day that keeps the lights on or, keeps things going. I don't have to worry about, and I'm able to focus on my job that I'm always insecure about not being appreciated for. That's what builds the trust with your partner. Mm-hmm. When you guys are shitting on each other and attacking each other, and I say that because Emily and I've been there before. All you're doing is cramming a divide in between the two of you. And I say that as still somebody that can go back to that behavior at times and feel insecure. But what it does is it does overall, it helps strengthen trust and commitment. With your partner, when you're talking about the things you're appreciative for and you're not motherfucking them instead, it's easy to point out a flaw. It takes work to point out a positive, and that there's benefit behind that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It just opens up for more communication, kind of takes your guard down a little bit.
Well, that's the point. I mean, if you're talking about, hey, I appreciate all these things you're doing, and then you're having a conversation behind that about, hey, I know you're dealing with 10 million things. Here's just something that, like, I'm just going to be honest. I'm sorry. It just bothered me, right? That's a whole lot easier pill to swallow than, why the fuck do you do this like this? Why do you act this way? Or why did you do that? That didn't make any sense to me. Why did you do that? You know what I mean? Like, I can think, especially when we were younger, I can think of 10 million ways I probably communicated something I didn't think made sense or wasn't logical to you, that I was just like, we could have been so much further along as a couple in our younger years to where we'd be even better now had I really understand that or been able to get that information of understanding how that can be positively effective in your relationship. Yeah.
And like they say that couples that show each other gratitude, like even if it's just like once a week or daily or something, they have like higher success rates and higher levels of trust and commitment.
You like people that appreciate you, don't you? I mean, like, it's easy. Like I said, it's easy to shit on something or somebody. We complain about it. Human beings complain about shit all the time. But if you actually take the time to say, hey, I know you do this thing and guess what? It makes this easier for me, or not even if it makes it easier for me. I know it makes it easier for our kids, or it makes it easier for my father that you help take care of. All those sorts of things. Like, we would just be so much further along. The relationship will benefit tremendously from it. And I get it. Hey, here's the thing. You're not a bad person if you're not doing that on a consistent basis. No. But what we can tell you is that there's so many benefits to it. And if you aren't doing that, or if you are doing what I just said I've done at times, which is just you're pointing out negatives right away, you're doing damage to your relationship. I mean, you got to accept that. That's the reality of the situation. It may be microscopic, but it's still, hey, you can have a death by 1,000 cuts. And if their interaction with your wife or your spouse, your husband, your friend, whatever it may be, if 95% of it is typically like negative or critiques, well, human nature, you're just not going to want to be around that on a consistent basis, or at least not be full in 100%. Hey, I got you, ride or die about it, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. So, but the point is that not only is there mental, there's physical, and there's relationship benefits to being thankful. And at this time of year, it is crucially important that we take a reset, take a moment, think about that. I know we all know it, but really understand that practice is something that not only can benefit us as individuals for our mental and physical health, but it can benefit our partners and our relationships, not just in our marriages, but also in our friendships and our family and all of those sorts of things. So do we have to crew? Be mindful of that. We challenge you. Just, hey, take a moment before you go to bed. Think about what you've been appreciative for. And if you start feeling some benefits for that, like, just understand it takes work to be mindful of that, but go and do it.
Yeah. And do we have to crew? We are thankful for you.
We absolutely are, Em. And as we're wrapping up, and obviously it's a holiday. We'll be putting this episode out later in the week, so Thanksgiving will happen. But we hope everybody in the Do We Have to crew has a wonderful Thanksgiving.
Yes.
We'll be releasing shorts, and of course, our show is going to be available on youtube.com/@ Do We Have to a Marriage podcast and all major podcast apps. But where else can you find us if you're just looking for information on the show or shorts of our content, Emily?
You can find us on Instagram, Threads, and Facebook at do.we.have.to. On Twitter is at Do We Have To Pod, and TikTok is at Do We Have To a Marriage Pod.
Yep, and don't forget, we typically every week we talk about our wonderful Peloton team, which is the Do We Have To crew. You can follow me at Do We Have To KC Pod, and then
Casey,
or at Do We Have To Pod KC. Thank you. And then we follow Emily at Emily_N_Casey. And you can join our team. There's nothing required of that. You can follow Emily and I, nothing there either. Also, you can reach out to us if you'd like a 3-month free subscription of the Peloton app. You don't need to have the bike or the treadmill or the rower or whatever this shit.
No.
It'll track your, via GPS. You can go outside and run. It'll track you. It'll track the time you work out. And we provide the top 20 of what's going on during the week to help motivate everybody of the overall workout time that's going on. And we have a great thing going. And it's been a big part of Emily and I's health journey.
Yeah. And Peloton does not support us or sponsor us in any way, but...
Nope, but we can hook you up with a free, 3-month subscription or a trial.
Yeah.
And
if they want to, we are open to that treadmill.
And we can, but what we're there to do is support you. Emily and I, we both, 4 years ago, matter of fact, I've got a colonoscopy coming up on the 12th of December. And that's what triggered kind of her and I really reassessing our health is I stopped breathing when I was getting my last colonoscopy. I have to get them every 5 years because my mom died of colon cancer. And I stopped breathing and they had to bring me back. And the doctor even said, you got to do something about your weight, And at the time I was almost 400 pounds and Emily was almost 300 pounds. And now we're both down we're both down almost over 200 pounds. And it's been a big part of our life and a success. And we want to share that with others.
Yeah.
Yeah. And for our next episodes coming up, Emily and I are going to start digging into actually more specifics about it. We'll talk about that event that occurred that I just had mentioned. We'll talk about what the whole process was of getting weight loss surgery. We got gastric bypass. We'll also talk about other things we've done, right? Taking GLPs and what we do for exercise routine, all those sorts of things. And then just being a married couple and navigating the physical side of that, what Emily's had to go through from a physical perspective of it. So.
And surprisingly enough, it really does tie back to being a partner or being in a partnership.
And being supportive and thankful.
And it's very, I think our journey is very typical of what other people have gone through. And I think our success is because we did it as a couple.
We did. You're absolutely right, because we'll talk about it. There was a time where Emily didn't think that weight loss, and this is not a knock, but I just remember we've had these conversations where, we were on two completely different pages about what weight loss surgery was. For me, it was a way to get healthier. For Emily, it was cosmetic. You know what I mean? Or that's how she looked at it, right? And then we didn't need it. You know what I mean? Like, we're going to talk about these things. And it created attention initially. And then when we got on the same page, we had a lot of success, and we are in a much healthier spot as human beings, both mentally and physically.
Yeah.
Yeah. And to the Do We Have to Group, we hope you have a wonderful holiday. Thank you so
do.
much for listening to our show. We absolutely love doing it. And just know, while you're out there, you're enjoying your holidays with your family, you're not alone. Hey, we are all in it together. And while you're out there being thankful, just make sure you're not being an asshole.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving. Love you, Rosemary.
Love you.
Wake up, I'm about to shake up every little thing, show you all that we can be. Come dance in my glow.